All right, well, talking to you from the concourse here with the Sarnia Sting, and next gen game is what's going on here tonight, and right now 3-1 in favor of the Windsor Spitfires. But here's a guy you probably don't even recognize him. You don't have any clue who he is because we never get him here. I like to call him Vice President of Everything. Jake Borey, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for having
What's
me.
your official title?
Vice President of Business Operations.
Yeah, okay. I like Vice President of Everything.
Yeah.
Well, you wear a lot of hats. I've always wondered, I see you moving around a lot during the games. Do you get a chance to watch any of the game at all?
Not a ton. So my focus as VP of Business Ops is the fan experience, food and beverage, ticketing, suite holders, sponsorship, a lot of the business side, and I let the hockey side to my wonderful colleagues. They manage that, the highs and the lows of that. But I get to watch a little bit, but, it kind of your focus is elsewhere.
For sure. A lot going on around here. We talk about it once in a while about, like, you have a small but powerful team here with the social media, with the in-game hosting, with everything that's going on, and they really do a great job.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the kind words. I wish everybody could see how hard they work and how passionate they are, how much goes into what you see here on a game night, right? It's not like we just show up at 5 o'clock.
Quarter to 7.
A lot of these ideas and these things are getting built in the off season. So we did a lot of new things this year. The group stepped outside their comfort zone. You saw it when we did a Swifty night this year, and they did a Stingo night and Country night for its second year, and then obviously tonight we're doing Next Gen night. So we have a saying where it's easier, it's harder to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour than it is to go from 60 to 100 miles per hour. So we did a lot of this year going from 0 to 60. And then what you can do after that is you compound and you build. So for our first year doing Swifty night, we did a lot of great things, and then there's some things we can build on. We can do better and better and better each year. You look at something like the teddy bear toss. It started from something one year. Yeah,
that's right.
And it built and it grew.
Thousands of teddy bears.
Right, and now it's in year 26, 27 of its lifespan, and it's been able to compound over the years. So to your point, so proud of our group. They work so hard and they're so passionate and talented, and just to tell that story, not only in the arena but outside the four walls.
Got to give, and Connor and I do it regularly because, and it's not blowing smoke, it's so true. The Sarnia Sting fans have been zealots. They've stuck around. They keep showing up. We've got about 4,094 fans here tonight. Yeah. Some Windsor, we'll maybe give them about 100. But,
they've done well tonight.
Still a powerful group that keeps showing up for this team regardless.
Oh, we are so blessed, Dave. It is unbelievable. This community steps up, and let's be honest, we're not naive. Like, it's been a tough season. A lot higher expectations than what happened from a hockey side, and we're disappointed. And I'll tell you that I wish the fans could see what the owners are doing right now. They're working their butts off. Our owner right now is out scouting new players for next year, and to avoid this situation again. And then I can tell you there's not a fan base in this league that deserves it more than the Sarnia Sting and Sting Nation. They are here, and they are supporting us, and they have for 30 years, and they deserve nothing short of a championship.
Yeah, we've talked about, we hear rumors once in a while, Jake, and one of the rumors Connor and I talked about was a couple of regular season games happening in Cornwall next year, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
And are you allowed to confirm or deny that?
Yeah, no, I can confirm that I know the league is looking at expansion for sure. Whether it's to the United States, whether it's into Ontario and a place like Cornwall, and we welcome it. It's only good for the league to grow. But I can assure fans that it has absolutely nothing to do with the Sarnia Sting moving anywhere.
That's where I was going.
Yeah, no, it's rooted here. It's cemented here. Look at the place. Like, there's over 4,000 people here. We have full suites and amazing sponsors, and our ownership is present and local. It's just such an awesome market and a great team and fan base.
And they said that at the beginning of the year with the announcement of the new ownership, and even told the story of David Legwan has had opportunities and said, no, we're not moving. The commitment has been here. The $600,000 on the Jumbotron a few years ago. and now committing over $1 million to a renovation that's coming along.
Yeah, the owners have been wonderful, and that jumbotron was definitely more than $600,000. But we'll round that one up.
But you call it whatever you want. I call it commitment.
Yeah, it's commitment. Yes, thank you, and that's your point, and I appreciate it. Yeah, no, they've been nothing but, I want to say, financially invested, but from a sweat equity perspective, Mark Guy is rolling his sleeves up. He's in the office. He's here. He's present. He's he's working hard to make sure that this is something that this community can be proud of. Yeah. And it's just a privilege to be a part of. Truthfully.
I spoke to him briefly. I've known him for a few years, and I've gotten to know him better, of course, being around the Sting. And I was parking in the regular parking over there, and he parks there too. He doesn't have his VIP spot or anything. He comes in here like everybody else. He'll stop in the media room. He comes around and says he's got a lot of responsibility for sure, but that alone, the commitment is just outstanding, second to none. And we were talking earlier, and I want to say thank you to you as well. Come into my 10 years, and I always joke about I'm still learning how to spell sports. I got I think the O and the R in there a little bit now, but
all right, good.
I've learned a lot. But it's truly but I can spell greatness, and I understand. I've recognized that for a long time. The highs, the lows, the everythings that go here, and the battles that occur on the ice, to the battles that happen behind the scenes. It's been a privilege to be here on this concourse, and I thank you for that as well. So I know Connor's standing off here to the side.
My man, Connor Burke.
He's got a few things. So you come on around here, Connor. And we'll maybe talk a little bit about the early bird sweepstakes and all that stuff too, but he's going to take over.
Good.
Mr. Burry, how do you do?
I'm well, Connor. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Hey, he said that you were going to throw me some softballs, and I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
Feel free to ask me whatever you want, okay?
All right.
I'm a big boy, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I've got a couple for you.
All right, sounds good.
Obviously not the position that we want to be in, third year, possibly missing the playoffs. What direction do you see us going forward and within the next 3 years, and what kind of focus do we have on import picks?
Yeah, so I try not to talk a ton about the hockey side because my priority is on the business side, so the fans, the suites, the sponsorship. But I can talk from being part of the internal structure. I can tell you that what's happening right now is unacceptable, and I can tell you that from the conversations I'm hearing and seeing from our ownership group and our GM Dylan Sika, they know that. They're well aware. They're not naive. That this needs to be better, and this city and this team deserves better. So I can assure you that there's a lot of hard work, and our ownership is not only invested financially, but they're also rolling up their sleeves. They're out scouting right now. They were in the United States looking at some players this week. Now they're up in Peterborough area, just trying to find the best players to bring a championship this season. So, at the end of the day, Connor talk is cheap. We can sit here and say that all we want. It's only going to prove its point on the ice, but I can tell you that nobody is happy with what happened.
Right.
And I hope that I wish the fans could see what was going on behind the scenes, but they can't.
Yeah, it's a great answer. I think how important also is it with a team that ends up in the bottom of the standings a couple years in a row. Yeah. How important it is to have fans that show up and are always in the top half of the attendance against teams that are have bigger arenas and much larger cities in populations. How important it is for them to show up.
We're so lucky. Our community is amazing. Sarnia is such a great community. It supports its own. Look at tonight. We got 4,100 people here on a disappointing season, as you mentioned. They're still rooting the guys on, and when we go around the community, they're still cheering Ghosting Going. When we're in the schools, and our sponsors are still supporting us. We're very blessed. And like I said, we want nothing more than to give them what they deserve, and that's a championship.
Yeah.
So,
to kind of tag onto that too, with the new direction going forward and new pieces, and always with the NCAA, I think that agreement, it's kind of first summer actually settling into where everybody's getting comfortable. What kind of talks are around hosting a Memorial Cup and then also building a competitive team to attract?
Yeah, well, we'll start with the NCAA. You're obviously very well versed in the OHL. You know your stuff, right. and the NCAA has been a big topic. At the end of the day, I truly do believe that the Ontario Hockey League and the CHL is the best development league in the world. They play 68 games with the most skilled players in the world. They practice every day. They have weightlifting facilities on site. Teams are enhancing their dressing rooms like we have. We just put a bunch of money into our gym as well, too. We have a sauna, a cold tub, so we have on-site therapists. So we have a lot of resources to help develop players to be elite. I think right now what happened with the NCAA, it might be a little bit of a shiny toy for an 18 and 19-year-old, and it gives the players options, which is wonderful. They should be able to go to school if they want
absolutely.
to. There's no question we shouldn't be holding players back from education at all. But from a hockey development standpoint, I truly believe that we are the development league. I think sometimes people, maybe parents, maybe agents are a little quick to try and rush into the next level.
Yeah.
But to be in this league at 18, 19 years old is a privilege, and it's going to be your best bet for developing into a National Hockey League player. And I think you'll see that kind of work its way out in the next couple of years. That kids might realize, oh, maybe I'm better off to stay here 1 or 2 more years, and it's always still an option to go the NCAA route.
Right. I was kind of going to tag on that too with just maybe players going to the NCAA and having these big expectations, and then maybe they don't get along so well with their coach, or they're getting fourth line minutes and not really happy with their position. Do you expect to see any pieces moving back towards the OHL? I think, because I agree, it is
from a fan perspective. I don't know. I don't have those conversations, but I would think that all of a sudden an 18-year-old kid goes to play in Division I hockey in college, and they're playing against 25-year-olds. Like they're just bigger and stronger, and not that that's good in a way, but it's from a development standpoint, you want to be playing with the best players, and it's a fast game, right? And you need to be playing at speed. So I really think you're going to see it work itself out, and this will continue to be the premier league in the world.
I agree. And a little bit more in your lane, I really love the theme nights all year long. I think this is awesome. The next gen night, so cool seeing the next the future, and also the Stingo night and country night. What kind of idea, not to tip your hand or anything, but what kind of ideas do you have moving forward? Yeah, no, thanks for asking. I appreciate it, because I'll be honest with you, our staff down there, they work, it's small, but it's mighty, and they work their butts off to try and create a fan experience, a positive fan experience that's not the same every night, right? And to be honest, I said this to Dave, when you do something like this, when you add a new theme night, so we tried a couple new this year, you named them Swifty Night and Stingo and Next Gen Night tonight, and it's always, there's going to be lessons learned along the way. So I said, our analogy we use in the office is, it's harder to go from 0 kilometers an hour to 60 kilometers an hour than it is to go from 60 kilometers to 100 kilometers. So the concept behind that is that it's harder to build something than it is to compound something. So we built a couple things this year, Next Gen Night, Swifty Night, Country Night, and now we can build on them. You think back to one of our marquee ones, the Teddy Bear Toss. Like, that started somewhere, and you bet your butt that there was some mistakes and lessons learned along the way. So I think what I'm most proud of is their ability to get a little uncomfortable and try something new and not be afraid to make mistakes, and then try and just build on them each and every year and get a little bit better. Yeah, it was awesome. Everyone does such a great job here. Matea, Holly, and Val, everyone around there. You start recognizing faces. Thank you. Everyone does such a great job. Thank you. Well, you did mention about the Memorial Cup. So, yes, absolutely on the radar. We got a lot of work to do first, obviously, to get the team to where it needs to be. But, again, we just have such invested owners that there's no doubt in my mind that that's on their radar. And for me, like, what a privilege it would be to be a part of something like that. It just would be a dream come true. Yeah, I agree. And maybe just one more for you. With obviously the commitment to renovations in the arena, you see cities like Sudbury and Oshawa maybe getting brand new arenas. Not that there's any immediate need for one here. We love the Hive, but what kind of things will you see happen with the Ringside Restaurant and around the concourse? Yeah, so I think we do have I think we underestimate our arena a little bit. Obviously, there's some things you would change. It was built in 1998, right? So of course there's going to be some things you'd like and want to change, but for the most part, it's a beautiful junior hockey rink. We're so lucky to have it. The suite level view. Every seat is a good seat to watch OHL hockey. So we're going to invest in this one, and we believe that this can be a premier OHL rink. We're going to invest at the very minimum over $1.25 million into our restaurant, our concession stands. This off-season, the restaurant's going to be a complete renovation. It's going to breathe new life into this facility. It needs to be warm, inviting. We use the word sexy sometimes when we do it in a non-sexual way, but like something where you're like, I want to be in there, right? The food service is going to be better. It's just we're really excited to dive in with our partners at Levy to provide an elite experience that when fans from Windsor come in and go, wow, like this is awesome. How do we get this in Windsor or Sudbury or and it starts with what we can control on the business side. The hockey guys are working their butts off to fix that. On the business side, we're going to control the fan experience, and the restaurant's going to be a really, really big piece. That you're going to see a little bit of upgrades on the concession stand as well too. And for our community users, there's a concession stand in the lobby down there that hasn't been operational for about 6 or 7 years. So we're going to get that one going too. Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah, very excited for that.
Is that it? You got nothing? Come on.
Maybe one more.
All right.
So I think obviously with Christmas being pretty big and the jerseys are huge here. Everyone's you saw how much Alessandro's jersey went for. Any talks on maybe a new jersey night?
Jersey nights are a tough one.
Yeah,
Jersey nights are a tough one. Yeah, they're great for the Inn of the Good Shepherd.
Right.
We do it for Amjanong Food Bank, our Indigenous Heritage jersey. Layoughton College and us have a partner, and then our other one is for Real Canadian Superstore.
Right.
It's a tough one. It does throw a wrench into things, and truthfully, they're really hard to manage because the changeover in players,
right.
and you call someone up and you got to get a new name bar and number. So it's not something we'll look at doubling down on,
right.
to be truthfully honest with you, but definitely something we're going to keep and maintain. The Christmas one is a no-brainer for the End of the Good Shepherd, and really just try and nail those ones down.
Yeah, I just spoke with Miss Rachel of who does the jersey. She's got one of mine, so I can see. She said all these new names coming through here. So I guess I can see
you know her?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, she's a firecracker.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's been great to us for a long time.
Obviously a disappointing season, but a loyal fan. I'm super happy to be here, and I appreciate everything.
Hey, man, if I can say something to you, thank you so much for all your support. We know how much you guys are here and supporting us, and we totally understand that it's been frustrating season for you and a lot of us. But you guys are through a thick and thin, and I can tell you genuinely, I have the utmost faith in our ownership group and the group that we have that it'll get turned around, and it'll be even that much sweeter when we do figure it out.
I agree.
Okay?
I'll be there every
have
step
your
of the way.
faith, brother. All right.
I do.
We got it. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank
bro.
you, Jake. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that, man.
Awesome.
Thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
Well, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Hughes Intelligence.
Yes.
And this is
Barry and James. Shout out Barry and James. Huh? Hughes.
And Joe's Discount. And Joe's Discount Tire. And we're going to put you on the spot here, Jake. You know me and Dave. We do 1, 2, 3, go, sing, go. So,
all right.
1, 2, 3,
go, sing, go.
Thanks, man.
You're
Cheers.
the best.